see. Do the engineers make it any easier? No. There's still a barb there. That's unfortunate. Let's see, this I'm assuming threads in. Yep. So all this has to be turned in a particular order. Okay. Get a small pair of pliers. Alright. Gotta be careful with these little barbs. Last time I had one crumble in my hands, and I'd really rather not have that happen again. Alright. One down, 2 to go. Regulator. Should just come off now. I'm pretty sure I'll probably have to take this all apart. Rebuild all of these. Although the O-ring behind the front block didn't look too bad, so I might not have to. All this coating is starting to flake off. I'm wondering if I'm just gonna have to recoat everything once I get it working. Whew. That spring needs some grease. Alright, yeah. I'll look up how to take this apart and make sure that gets a nice rebuild. Alright, what's left? Just this guy. I still think these are pretty neat, the way that they did this. All right, let's dig into this guy. All right, so this needs to go through here and be resoldered back on or replaced or whatever it needs to do, but we're gonna see what's inside of this little solenoid valve here. If I can get it moving, it makes my life a little easier. Okay. All right, so I'm not sure if you'll be able to see that. No, not really. Well, yeah, you can see it. So on this side is a positive, and this side is a negative. So those need to be put together. So we've got 2 little screws here. Two back here. I'm assuming there's some kind of piston set up in the back of this that probably is going to have to be rebuilt. Either somebody has already tried to fix this. Oh yeah, look at that. Alright. Ooh, I can feel it doing something in there, so that's good. Alright. Got a screwdriver small enough finally. So let's see if I can take this apart. here's like the electronic block that I'm gonna have to resolder some wires to. That should be interesting. Had to bust out the eyeglass screwdriver.
Put those back in there. It's really easy to mix up all these tiny little screws.
Honestly, it reminds me of some stuff I was doing at work today. I was currently designing a box to house some electronic components. And I was using some small screws. Not quite this small, but small nonetheless. Okay, so there's a shaft in there. I can see it. It's housed in here. It looks like it comes out in this direction. Let's see, don't have anything soft to push it with. I have a toothpick. Oh, there we go. Come right out. It's lubricated. It's got a bunch of tiny little O-rings on it. That might be okay. I'll have to listen for leaks. They don't feel rotted or dried out, but you never know. All right, so I don't know if you know about solenoids much, but I'm gonna try to explain this. So either way, so what happens is the solenoid gets electrical power, and it basically is just a small electromagnet. So what it does is, as power is applied, it turns on the electromagnet, which moves this magnetic or iron or whatever, steel, whatever it is in here. It'll move that. So it turns on, it pulls it one way, and turns off, it pushes it the other way. Usually how that works. The pushback might be due to air pressure, just in general on how these things work. But yeah, now I'm gonna try to remember how to put this thing back together. Can't believe I did not pay attention to that. I mean, I can and I can't, but you know, so be it. So it's a symmetric shaft. You know, I bet. See, so this went over this. This went on the front face. So I bet if we look, see, is the seal the same? Looks like it. I'm willing to bet this thing's symmetrical. Now, if it's not, and I screwed that up, we'll find out at some point. But for now, I'm just gonna put this back together. Or that I just had it backwards, because there is a little indexing pin on there. I don't know if you saw that. So right here, there's an indexing pin that fits down into this similarly shaped groove. Okay. Eventually, I will solder that back together. For now, we'll just put her back in place. Ha, I have done something backwards. Okay, and I'm pretty sure I know what. So I know that these lines were going out the backside, so I either put this on... No, I didn't put it on backwards. Or maybe I did. Just, yeah. Now this may not actually matter. I probably could have put the top plate on the other way, and it probably would have... I just had to bend the airlines back in the different direction. But just want to put it back on the way that it came out. Now, if I turn this back around and it's still wrong, I'll be at a loss for words. Anyways, I'll just go watch the footage and put it back together that way. But one can hope. And there we go. Back in its little case. Alright, so that's essentially how you tear the thing down all the way and put it back together. Obviously I'm not going to fix it today, but when I do actually solder it back together, I'll be sure and show you. Alright, now, so I don't have just a bag of parts, I am going to put this thing back together, but you don't have to watch that. Because eventually, by the time I get done, you know, repairing this thing and rebuilding it and all that, I'll probably get pretty good at taking it apart and putting it back together. So I may just do a quick, like, here's how you do it type of video. But it's basically the reverse of the takedown.